Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab, a Japanese Nintendo 64, and this is one that I've cleaned up and I shall show you inside. The reason I cleaned it up is because I wanted to see if I could RGB mod it. Certain editions of the Nintendo 64 can be modified so that they will output a native RGB signal on the multi-out port. But there's a problem in that they do not have enough output voltage, something like that. You have to install an amplifier, and it's kind of expensive for what it is. It's like a little £12 board, but you can do that. And the benefit of that is, of course, you'll get RGB instead of composite, which is good. So if you're ever curious at why certain NTSC and Japanese Nintendo 64s seem to go for a bit more money, that's the reasons. Now, today's mod isn't the traditional RGB mod. It's not the mod you were looking for, potentially, because I'm not doing that mod. I'm doing a different mod. A mod that hopefully anybody could do, because if I can do it, you can definitely do it. And that is to install a new LED in it. And I bought these. They're basically, they look like regular clear LEDs, but they say that they are slow RGB, and that it has a red LED, a green LED and a blue LED in a single package, and it will slowly morph through the different colours. I really studied these up close. They basically look like regular LEDs. It's amazing. They don't have any visible circuitry. It's all contained within the LED itself. And I think the only thing you can see, if you really look, I don't know if there's any way to show you this. I'm going to really try though. Focus. Come on. Right, let me bring that up. You see there's a little black area in there? When you look at that closely with your eye or under a microscope, it's a tiny little chip. So it has a little processor type thing in there. And I say processor, I just mean integrated circuit. It's not a complicated processor. Now here's the N64. I have dismantled this to check it's the right version of the PCB for that regular RGB mod. It is. And I put it all back together, and there's a million screws. I did it all wrong. And that there is our LED. And I wanted to see though if you could change the LED without having to unscrew everything. Can you do it from the top? So we're going to try to remove this from the top. You can see that the polarity of the LED, you need to match it. So if you want to, you can just replace it as is. Or the long leg, the positive leg, is that small bit. And then the big bit on the LED that looks like a dish, that's the negative. So I don't know if there's nomenclature on the board. There probably is. Get your soldering iron out anyway. And we're going to apply heat from the top and then just try to extract it by pulling straight up. We've got our tweezers here on the side ready. So I'm going to try to apply heat to both legs simultaneously by putting a blob of solder on there and just literally holding it between the two. Come on. I can hear it squeaking. It really feels, actually, that it almost feels like it's being held in place mechanically. Let's put more solder. Put the iron up a bit hotter. I'm going to put it up to, let's put it up to decent whack. If you've got a regular Antec or something like that, that should be okay. Depends on how big the tip is. Oh, that seems toasty though, I have to admit. So I'm just rocking the soldering iron back and forth a bit just to make sure we're getting reasonable contact. Yeah. Come on, come on. That's one leg off. That is horrible, by the way. I'm beginning to think, no, this is something you can't do. Whatever is going on in our... There we go. Whew. My word, that was absolutely atrocious. That's awful. Now we're going to zoom out. I'm going to clean this up. So get your solder sucker. Be careful with that. That was a lot more work than it rightfully should have been. It's a bit tricky now. We're trying to get into those holes. There's a lot of heat shielding around. That's literally the best I can do right now. I've cleared out the positive, that's the long leg, but I couldn't clear out the negative. I only just noticed I kissed this a little bit, but that's fine. That's not going to do any damage. I kind of feel this Nintendo possibly deserves more than it's getting right now, but you know, this, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an egg omelette. Although I think you're only ever making an egg omelette, aren't you? Right. This is the original leg, the original LED. So we're just going to work out the length there. I think we'll just play it by ear. So I'm going to put that into position. And it feels, you could shove that in a little bit deeper, but it's just after. I think it's pretty much just after the two little dimples there. Bend that down. And if we look at the leg that snapped off, I'm going to try to work out which way round that was. It's a little bit tricky. Possibly that way. I'm going to go for that. I've just snipped it off. I think that's good enough. Now the main problem I have is, of course, is that one hole that's not clear there. So what I'm going to do, I should put the soldering iron down a bit. It doesn't. If your soldering iron's too hot, by the way, it's going to oxidize. So yeah, get the soldering iron down. It's always, my soldering iron's always too hot. That's why it's always so filthy. And I'm going to just heat that one leg. It's like I'm determined to melt that particular part of the case. So I'm heating that one leg so it'll go down into the hole. Slightly better angle, so you can see the LED is in there. I couldn't get that negative lead right through. It's on the ground plane anyway, so it's definitely connected, but it's definitely difficult to push through. I'd have to see why that's not going through on the other side, but it's really not important. It's this one is the one that you want to get right. So, and that's that. Nice and easy. So all that remains is that we chuck some power on, and I think to do it justice, I'm going to just put the lid over the top. Push that in. We've got the power supply right here. You want to see a before and after. So let's do the before. Before. Okay. And then we're going to do an after. Drum roll, please. Do-do-do-do-do. I think that's actually quite cute. It's good that it's quite a slow rotation, otherwise that would be quite annoying, but no, I think that's fun for this. And it's super fun because the Nintendo logo has red, green, blue and yellow in it. So yeah, you're going to find every colour that is here eventually. So yeah, I'm going to leave that in. That's cute. I think the only thing that remains on this one is to actually do the RGB video out mod. So then this is truly an RGB N64.